Okay, my coffee's kicking in. Did you see this beautiful set of cards I got this week?
Are these the ones you just showed me before we hit record?
These
Or
came
no?
with the ones I just showed you.
Oh, okay.
They
No,
threw
I don't
in
know.
these guys for
Oh,
free.
that's Desert Storm. Dang, some grails right there.
Yeah, so I never order from the US. Never. Because eBay's international shipping is ridiculous. But yeah, they send this and I'm like, okay.
America.
Yeah.
Have you seen? So there's an Osama bin Laden card. I don't know if I think it's a part of. I don't know if it's a part of the Desert Storm TCG they made, or
Probably.
if it's like another war one. But there's like an Osama bin Laden card that PSA grades, and like the PSA 10 is pretty expensive now. I don't know what it goes for, but I want one. Bernie said, "Is this a real card? Is this? It says Topps?
This is from Topps.
Dude, what? Why? Who's the one that's like signs this off and it's like, yep, we're making presidential nominee cards?
I don't know, but it's awesome.
That's such a good. That's a grail right there.
It's
like a meme picture. No, like it's like.
Yeah, no, it's total meme. Bernie Sanders attends 50th presidential inauguration ceremony. Topps now.
Dude, that's such a cool card.
50th, 59.
I want to. That's a good binder. We always talk about like people collecting specific, like have like a theme to their collection or curate some kind of like unique thing. Just to have like cards like that.
Yeah, memes would be good. And then it's got
meme cards.
I don't know if you would call this a hollow pattern. It's really more of like a almost like a watermark or a counterfeiting Topps
like
thing.
A hologram kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. That looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I love it. I am Canadian, by the way. I don't have any preference on who you guys' president is. It's all ridiculous.
You're gonna blow some people's minds in the comments and be like, he's Canadian, what?
Every once in a while someone's like, oh, I didn't know Canadians collected Pokemon cards. I had one person in a comment, he was like, oh, you're Canadian? I always wondered if another Canadian was out there collecting. I was like, what? Another what? Canadian? As in you're Canadian and you're looking for another Canadian who collects?
I feel like it can't be that hard.
That was a weird comment. That's
funny. How often do you guys, are you like sick of people thinking you're American? I think that's something that probably happens all the time, and you guys are. I would be tired of it though. I'd be like, I'm not American. I'm Canadian.
It doesn't bother me. It's I mean, it's like, yeah, we're two different countries and stuff, but like, I don't know, we're not that different.
Yeah,
really.
We're pretty like, yeah.
We like to say we're different. We're not that different. There are some key differences though, but that's a weird topic to start the episode with. What we're supposed to be talking about today is so we're going through our purchase history, and we're just going to pick out 3 wins we've had over the past I only went back 3 years, I think. What about you?
I didn't put a timeline to it. This is most of the stuff is I think I have as far back as 6 years ago and as recent as a month or couple months ago.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to go back to like 2012 because obviously everything's a win from 2012.
That's true.
You can do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, everything.
And just make a bunch of money. Do you want me to start?
The weekly Weedle wins.
The weekly
Triple W.
Hopefully weekly wins. One day we can start saying that. Okay. Right. The first one I chose is my PSA 7 Card-Ass Charizard.
Ooh. I forgot you had that.
You know, I'm thinking about taking it to the show this weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe we can talk about, maybe we will get into this later, but yeah, I'm considering it. My personal, like, one of my personal like mantras or beliefs when it comes to Pokemon is buy Charizards and don't sell them. I think that's like blue chip S&P 500 when it comes to Pokemon.
For sure.
But yeah, so this card has Charizard in a PSA 7. I bought this in 2024, so not too long ago, for $298 USD.
Nice.
And so this was, I kind of had some insider information. I was talking to Max City when he got confirmation from PSA that they would change the top sun labels to 97 and then officially recognize these as the first Pokemon cards. And we didn't know when that change was going to happen exactly because PSA is slow. But I knew that change was coming, so I was like, I better jump in and buy one just in case prices skyrocket.
And you didn't tell me. I don't think we knew each other back then, really.
Perhaps not, but prices didn't skyrocket. No one cared. But I'm glad I got it. And recent sales just spiked up to 700 to 800 for this.
Damn.
Yeah,
In a
which is
7.
in a 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is really impressive. They
It
just
is.
spiked probably due to this week's event or on Sunday. But before that, it was in the like $500 range. So I more than doubled my money on this in just under 2 years. So that's a cool one.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
For me, I guess I'll start with my non-TCG stuff as well. This is something I picked up in 2020. It's a Bandai Cardass white box. It's the slide up Pocket Monster cards part 1. And I can open it because the tape is already broken, the seal, but these were not something you would buy in the store. They were, I'm sure you know what these are, but they were something that the box was given to the store and they would be put into like the gachapon or the vending machines. And then this was what came out. It's a pack of, I think it's 2 cards. Maybe it's 1. I think it's 2 cards. And it's like a pop-up book. You could push the card together and a Pokemon would pop out of the Pokeball. Cool alliteration right there. Yeah, and then they have like stats on the back and stuff, and you could like, there was a way to battle them, I guess. But yeah, it's just cool to have a quote unquote sealed box. So it's got like 40 packs in there. There's some like special rare cards you can get that are gold, like the Mewtwo's a gold card. I think there's a Surfing Pikachu. I think that might be part 2 though, not in this one. But the boxes have gone up a lot. I think they were a little bit higher a couple years ago. I saw them for like 1,000. I just looked before this episode, and I think I saw it for like 600 maybe. So they went back down a bit, but this I picked up for like $60 in 2020 or 2019. So pretty good. I wish I picked up more because there was a seller on Mercari just selling all of them. Like it had so many, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to pick up one. Maybe this will be something to, it'll be worth something someday. But I really like this. It's just like a unique piece to have, I guess.
Yeah, that's impressive. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
My next one, and perhaps this is my biggest win over the last 2 to 3 years. I bought this in 2023 for $45. It is the Lenticular Deoxys.
That's so cool.
And they're pretty hot now.
They are
now
very
selling.
expensive.
So this one's LP. It's in really nice shape.
Dude, you should grade that.
It has one surface scratch that goes like down through the like plastic lines.
Is it pretty light though, or?
It is. I can't see it right now, actually.
No whitening on the back?
There is absolutely no whitening on the back.
Dude, that's crazy because those things always have whitening. That might, oh, dude, I didn't know you had that good of a condition of one. I have a couple 7s.
I've never considered grading it.
So the 6 I just looked at sales for that. There's one that sold for $700 in a PSA 6, and then an 8 sold for like $1,900 recently. So the 7's like maybe 12, I'm guessing.
Man, that's messed up.
And they're hard to grade. I think they're worth it. That might be an 8 depending on that scratch. Maybe more.
Yeah, like I can't see it right now, but I know it's there.
That's crazy. Those things are so hard to find in good condition.
Yeah, and from what I understand, like they're pretty easy to scratch even if they're sealed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you buy a sealed one, there's no guarantee that it's like in good condition. I bought that a couple years ago for $45. I comped this condition LP, and they're selling for around 500 USD, which
Raw. That's really good.
yeah, raw. That's crazy, man. Because I remember looking at this, and I remember looking at like sealed near mint ones for like $100, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to spend that much." And then some like
Oh,
MP HP ones for like $20, and I was like, you know what? I want to go for like a nicer one and treat myself. And so I got a $45 copy.
that's a big win. That's such a cool car. I think it's undervalued, honestly. And maybe I sound crazy for saying that, but just knowing how hard they are to find in good condition, because I've been looking since I've picked up maybe 5 since I've been in the hobby, and looking on and off throughout the years. But they're just they're if they're in good condition, they're expensive online to get them. So that's a really good pickup.
Yeah, and I wish like I just don't have the like investor like hustle part of me when it comes to Pokemon cards. Otherwise, I probably would have picked up more. It's
Mm.
something I'm trying to change about myself a little bit. But yeah, like I've always had this kind of like don't be greedy and just buy myself one attitude when it comes to Pokemon. And I've definitely lost out because of that. But those, I remember looking at those and I was like, I could buy a bunch. And I was like, I don't need a bunch. I just want one.
Well, it's better person than me because I would have bought more. Uh, that's a cool card. All right. Next, I have this I picked up maybe a couple months ago, and I've showed it before on the podcast, and you've seen them for sure. Um, one of them's not here, but it's 3 cards. They're the gold stars. I have the Kyogre gold star in Japanese, the Groudon gold star, and I picked these up from a friend that gave me a great deal. Um, for the pair right here, I got them for 650, I think. 650, 670. And I looked up comps on them, and this Kyogre I saw in like a similar condition on Mercari. I'm not sure about eBay. I usually comp on Mercari because I buy everything on there. Sold for like I think it was like 800 or 900 itself. It's like no, it's like 9.
Whoa.
I think it's like 800 or 900. Yeah. But I got the pair for 675, and then I think the Gold Star Mewtwo I had got, I got a little bit before that from the same guy, and I got it in a like a trade for some One Piece Boa Hancock card that I had graded in a 10, the tarot cards, and so I got the Gold Star Mewtwo and I think a Rayquaza from him. So yeah, those are probably one of my best pickups, I think, value wise, especially in like this market because gold stars are kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, that's an impressive one. Okay,
Yeah,
my third pick is one of my favorite cards of all time. And if you're watching, I actually have it in a display on the wall, and it's difficult to remove it. So I'm going to turn my camera a little bit. It is
a
my
sweet mic. Oh, not the mic. Okay.
not the mic. It is my
Okay.
CD promo Charizard in a PSA 9. Another one of those times I wish I just bought the 10. But 10s, the the difference between a 9 and a 10 was so high that I just couldn't justify it. I bought this PSA 9 in 2023 for $300, 308 to be exact.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and recent sales are peaking at $1,000.
Damn. What are the tens?
I didn't check the 10s right now, but when I bought that, the 10s were, I think they were like 600-ish. Like it was like double what the 9 was.
Damn. I've actually never picked one of those up. Any the Venusaur, the Blastoise, or the Charizard CD promos, and I don't know why because it's definitely like Japanese vintage, something that I would be normally collecting, but I've never even really looked for them. I don't know why, but they're cool cards.
I think they are my favorite trio. Like I have them mounted on my wall. They're just like there's a lot of cards I buy and the like appreciation I guess kind of like wears off over time. and I'll find a card and remember purchasing it. I was so happy, and then it like fades, and I'm not in love with the card as much anymore. But those three right there, it's just as strong as ever. Like I stare at those every single day, and I'm like, these are Pokemon cards. These like, man, I love them so much.
That's cool. My last, this is the last one, right? Yeah. Last pickup is I've shown this before too, but I think it's a good example of like something that I consider to be a big win, quote unquote. It's this. You're like tired of seeing this sheet, probably.
Where's that meme where Sheen has Ultraman for like the 4th week in a row?
I have no idea. But yeah, this is the not quote unquote. It's the Chow Comics matching card game, quote unquote uncut sheet. I don't know. It's not really uncut because they're perforated cards, so they're just not torn. And I think it's a big win because I was bidding on this sheet on Yahoo Auctions Japan a couple months, probably like 3 months ago now. And I was in a bidding war with somebody because they don't come up that often. I was like, I'm going to get this. I've wanted it. I'm going to get it. And I was in bed like bidding, and we got in a bidding war all the way up to 230,000 yen, which is, I think like, I don't know, like 1,700 USD. But more than a sheet has gone for before for this that I know of. And I just gave up. The guy wanted it more, and he won. And then about a month later, another one came up, but it came up on Mercari. And Mercari is historically just done purchases where you can buy it now. Within the last year, they started doing auctions. And I think a lot of people don't know that or are so used to using Yahoo Auctions Japan for auctions that there could be some good deals found on there, similar to how like we have those other marketplaces in the West like Rare Candy or Fanatics. Oftentimes you could find a lot of good deals on there because eBay is usually where people buy products and a lot of more customers there drive the price up. But yeah, I was able to find this on Mercari in auction a month later for 100,000 yen. So for more than half the price off of what the last one went for, about $700. So big win. I saved about $1,000 by not winning that first auction.
That looks really good in the frame. Did you do that yourself or did you take it somewhere?
No, I did all of them myself. I have a couple more up here. Yeah, I've kind of looked up how to do it and then found like they're like sticker clear corners that you can put on to hold the, I don't know if you can even see them, but they're like little triangle pockets that stick to the back.
Yeah.
And then you can slip like stuff in there. But yeah, I can't promise that this will be the last time you see this.
Yeah, looks good. I got a quick bonus entry.
Ooh.
This is my PSA 10 Buzzwole GX.
Oh, shit. I just, sorry. I
just dropped your whole setup there. Your thing.
This thing just took out a bunch of cards.
We're fixing some cards, I see.
No. I was just, you didn't see that.
Just clamping something else and.
Yeah. No, sorry. That is Dark Ibex will love that card. Have you heard him talk about? Yeah. He started collecting Ultra Beasts now.
Okay, I have a Buzzwole collection.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I guess I haven't. Maybe I did mention that once before, but I started a species collection years ago, and I got stuck on I think the staff Buzzwole.
After all these times we've talked about species collecting, and you've never brought that up.
Well, because I quit a few years ago. I love Buzzwole because I used to be like really into bodybuilding, and he's like a bodybuilder Pokemon that like gets pumped up on his enemy's blood, which is like really metal for Pokemon. So I bought this in a PSA 10, and this was I think January 2020 or January 2021. So peak Pokemon. I paid, I think it was $120 for this. Recent sales, and it's really gone up lately. Recent sales put it at $85.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's a really good example, and maybe it can segue us into our first news segment of some cards that really spiked during the the last hype cycle that just never came back.
Yeah. Are we talking about that in our news segment? Or is that
Well, yeah, so I don't know if you
Sorry, I didn't catch the segue there. I just totally killed the flow you had.
I bought this right after Logan Paul's box break.
Okay, the first one, the 2021 or
Yeah,
2019.
the 2021, which was October 2020. And then I bought this a few months later. And just all PSA 10s were just like ridiculously priced. And yeah, perhaps I just straight up overpaid as well. But
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of cards that you're right. Like the first one I immediately think of, we were talking about this when you were showing your Bandai card ass, but the Top Sun Charizard, when people thought that was the rookie card of a rookie Charizard card of Pokemon, and would that go for like
$480,000, and then recent sales are around 20.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest like cards to like the biggest losses in Pokemon, I think. But there were other cards, and you could look at graphs of cards that just never pop back up.
Yeah, the PSA 10 base set unlimited cards, interestingly enough, those did not recover. Huge price spikes in 2021, and they're not back to where they are now. I think that is a very unique sort of like sub niche. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think perhaps people just weren't educated enough on Shadowless First Edition 2000 print, and they just went nuts on just base set unlimited. But yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention. I have, because I've had my eyes on a first edition Charizard, but vintage prices have like pretty much doubled overnight since Logan Paul's box break on Sunday.
I haven't looked at it since the box break, but I've kind of seen like over the last month that stuff has been building up. Probably a couple months now. It's been going on for. It seems like it's been building up, but has it gone up even more since the box break happened a couple days ago?
It's exploded, and I might even be using that lightly. Like it's really, really gone up. I'm watching this first edition Charizard. It's a CGC 4.5. It's currently at 7,900 Canadian. For reference, a few months ago, this would have peaked at 4,000. So this has doubled overnight.
And it's got 3 days left?
Yeah.
The auction hasn't even started. That's crazy.
Yeah. Pikachu Illustrator, CGC 8, I believe, recently sold for 1.2 million.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Prices are like, I think we are seeing, I think the past year has been nothing compared to what we're moving into right now. I think we might be hitting an absolutely insane spike right now.
A new all-time high for a lot of cards.
I'm not trying to fear monger, be like a doomer or anything, but I just noticed like overnight, prices have absolutely freaking exploded.
Yeah, I talked to you about him before, but the guy that I was thinking about getting on the show here that has the Pikachu Illustrator, I don't know if he wants his name listed, but there's a guy that I know through Instagram that has a PSA 7, and he was messaging me the whole time the auction was going. Even before that, he's like, he's always kept me up to date on like offers he's got for that card, like private offers. And like 2 days before the auction, I think he said he got $1 million offer he turned down on a PSA 7. And then during the auction, he got a $1.5 million deal or offer for his card, private offer, and he turned it down too. He was thinking about selling it before it was like hitting that $1 million mark. He was like thinking about it, but then now he's like, it's at the point where I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it back. Like it's at crazy numbers now, this card, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it back, so I don't know if I want to sell it now. Which is just crazy. And then we saw did you see the first ed Charizard that went for auction? That was in that same auction block as a Pikachu Illustrator. What it went for?
980 or something.
Yeah, I almost hit my bingo. Remember, I put $1 million plus Charizard for Zard. I was so pissed that I didn't hit my bingo. I was like, funny. Oh, somebody could have dropped $20,000 more dollars like on this. Why not? Make it a nice round number.
So that, I think the previous record for first edition Charizard PSA 10 was around 500,000.
Yeah.
So that was an extra $500,000 just because the label says Logan Paul on it, which I think
I
is
don't know. Yeah.
totally
Was it
worth
all
it
because of that label?
personally. Yeah, that's all it is. It was pulled during his 2020 box break.
I'm just wondering if it's all because of that label or if it's because of just the timing of the auction too.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, you said it's totally worth it.
Totally worth it. Extra
Man,
$500,000 for his name on the
damn.
label. Yeah, man.
That's a crazy jump. Yeah. And there was a
Yeah.
lot of cards. There was that. Did you see that first, not first set sheet, the Japanese base set uncut sheet?
Yeah, that went for an insane amount, didn't it?
Like $600,000. It's like the all-time record for any uncut sheet. And the reason
Yeah.
being that Japanese uncut sheets are just super rare. It's not like the English uncut sheets. They're just there's a lot less of them. I've never even seen one until this auction. Actually, I've seen other Japanese uncut sheets, but not base set. And so I think it's got like 4 full sets of each card from base set and hollow on the sheet.
I saw Rusty's posts on it, and he said something along the lines of,
Okay.
I wanted to buy this, but it got out of my hands really
He
fast.
owns one though, I think. So. I think I saw a post too from the guy that bought it, and he said there's 3 that they know of, and the guy that bought it, Rusty, has one, and then somebody else, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I read the post right.
I believe Rusty has like the biggest uncut sheet collection in the
Yeah,
world. So obviously he was interested in it, and his post was something along the lines of like, this was completely unexpected and I did not bid on this.
that's crazy. So I don't know, for reference, I know like English uncut sheets for like Jungle Fossil, historically they've gone for I think like 7 to 12,000, maybe a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Just for perspective of like for people listening, like how much more this is for an uncut sheet, 600,000 from like maybe 10 to 15 grand for it's just a huge jump. And there was lots of examples of that in the auction. You could go from different things, and look and see like everything just went for more than people thought it was going to go.
And I guess we haven't said it yet. I mean, if you haven't heard or if you don't know, the Pikachu Illustrator sold for 16.5 million.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 16 point. It's crazy. You
Yeah,
watched it, right? We were kind of watching it a little bit together, I
it
think.
went on for a long time.
Like
I
four and a
watched
half
most
hours or
I
something.
watched most of it, um, begrudgingly, and then I went and watched a show and just kind of got updated as it went. But yeah, 16.5 is. How do
It's
you
huge.
feel? How do you feel about that? About what's going on? How do you feel about Sunday?
I mean, I kind of called it because I don't know. So I don't know if the guy that bought it, I don't know if it was for him personally, but he does own a private or like investment firm, like it's like Solari Capital Investments or Capital for I don't know, some kind of name like that. But and I was saying it might be, but I don't know if it's going to be a part of that index or whatever that
I don't
if it's
believe
just for
so.
him. Okay. Yeah, he did say he was on a planetary treasure hunt and that he's, going to buy a T-Rex fossil and he's going to buy a Declaration of Independence, a copy of that, which it sounds like a cool treasure hunt to be on.
Yeah, that's and
Um,
totally healthy and a sane thing to do as well.
Dude, if I had the money, I would. I mean, you get bored if you have everything in the world. You got to make up stuff to keep you entertained.
I guess so.
I'm not as against it as a lot of people were. A lot of people are like, uh, this isn't Pokemon anymore. It's not collecting. It's not fun. And I don't feel that way. I think there's still stuff. There's still tiers to everything, and I can still collect cards that I like. A lot of things are going to be more expensive, but we've talked about this on the podcast before, and we're not the only ones to talk about this. But that's the reason it's nice to have like a side hustle slash whatever investment or whatever you want to call that's a part of Pokemon to make like income within the hobby and be able to keep up with the prices that it keeps increasing. It's instead of taking out from like your normal income. Yeah, I might get a lot of hate for this take, but I kind of am excited that it went for that much. And maybe that's because I have been in Pokemon for a while now and I have a lot of vintage cards that I'm seeing go up in price. And I'm excited. I'm not saying I'm going to sell them, but it's nice to know that my collectibles have more value. And then this selling for that much just shows more, like, it puts more confidence in Pokemon from people outside. They're like, wow, Pokemon maybe is something that is a good store of value. in for your money long term. So I'm enjoying that. I guess it went for that much. I'm never going to own that card even at $1 million or $200,000, whatever it was before. It wasn't something I was going to buy. What about you?
Yeah, I appreciate your perspective, but disagree. Value doesn't mean that much to me when it comes to my collection. Like, it's definitely a
Mm,
fun number to like watch go up and add to. But
yeah,
I would, if I had to choose, I would prefer if Pokemon cards were worthless. Like, I wouldn't mind taking the loss on my collection value wise, um, if I could collect the cards I wanted to collect. I think for me, like I think more people in Pokemon's always a good thing,
yeah.
but I just like 2020 was a point of no return in Pokemon cards. And I think like I think it was probably a net positive to the hobby, Logan Paul's first box break, but not by a lot. I
Mm.
I'm a collector first. I'm not a reseller or an investor, and so this is it's detrimental to my personal goals. Uh, and like the first edition Charizard, for example, that I've been talking about for a year and a half, I think I'm officially priced out. Like I don't think I can buy one now, even if I try. And like you said, that's why we have side hustles. But Charizard just doubled in price, so I don't know how I'm going to double my income. you know?
Work twice as much.
Yeah, and well, that's
um,
not fair to me, because
no, I know.
some big event where this happened. So it's definitely, I would say, bittersweet.
Yeah, so I'll clarify. I'm a collector for first and foremost. I do enjoy the value, but I think that's a part of collecting for me. Like value comes with things that are exclusive. So the more rare something is, we talked about rarity in a couple episodes ago. The more rare something is, the harder it is to come by. The value is naturally going to be, if the demand for the thing outweighs the supply, it's going to go up. So I think it's attached to collectability in some way, and it's a part of it. But like you, I wouldn't care if my stuff went down. I'm enjoying that it's going up in value, especially because modern's been at the forefront of collecting, and it's been like what everybody's been talking about with value. And I've just still been collecting vintage because that's what I love. To see it like reaffirmed and like by others, and just shown in like that people have an interest in it, and seeing that in the price is nice to me. But I do like, if everything went to zero, I would still collect and I would be okay. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that I'm not just about the value, or like that's not my primary thing. Oh, your mic's. Oh, there you go.
My mic's
You
fine.
muted it.
Thank you very
Okay, I
much.
just like you were muted.
I muted it because I was digging around for an example. I didn't mean to um, say you're not. I know you're a
No, I know
collector
you.
first.
I know. Yeah, I just want for the people because I did come out like talking about value about like, but yeah. Anyway, you get it.
Yeah, I think bittersweet is where I'm gonna lie, because like you say, I'll counter with that a little bit. I picked these up a while ago. These are a bunch of sealed Digimon
Oh,
booster
that's cool.
packs.
Yeah,
These are like $15 a piece.
that's sick. Is that like old Digimon?
Yeah, yeah. This
Oh,
is the
damn.
the original Digimon
What?
animated series. Yeah, these are dirt cheap. You can
Oh,
just go buy
dude,
a whole bunch of them. Um, it doesn't the rare stuff doesn't have to be expensive, you know.
it's a supply and demand. Yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff like this. Like these are still rare. Okay, this isn't like a no rarity Charizard kind of thing.
No,
But they're still hard to find,
scarce. Yeah,
and they're freaking amazing to own, man. Like
that's sick.
I love having this, and it was so cheap. And I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thrill buying this, um, rather than buying something like really expensive. Like when you buy an expensive collectible, there's definitely like a rush that you get, but I don't think it's that much different than buying something like this. So
No, I agree.
so
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff that I purchased when I first got into collecting wasn't stuff that people were looking at. I mean, I just showed like stuff that people probably don't even care about, like the uncut sheet of a non TCG set. People are like, "What is that? Why would you pay $1,000 for that?" Like, I think I value things more than other people do sometimes.
I also think I don't think um Logan Paul doing this was like a great thing. And I was thinking about it, and lots of people dunk on Logan Paul, which is totally fair, but not really for the right reasons. I
Mm,
think like he is responsible for Pokemon being the way it is today because of that 2020 box break. If you look at popularity charts, the spike is incredible right after his box break in 2020. Like it is truly a line that goes straight up. But I was thinking about it, and we all kind of resent him for doing that to Pokemon, for pricing us out the first time. But honestly, like I don't think Logan's a genius. I think that Pokemon was really ripe. You know, it was really ready to take off. I think it was undervalued. I remember seeing articles on online of like, oh, Pokemon cards are like really expensive now, but it was like it wasn't true yet. It was like people and industries were like trying to pump Pokemon cards, but it just wasn't taking off. I think it
mm.
was really, really ready to go when Logan Paul did that box break. So
Yeah,
you
I think
know
he was the
what?
catalyst. Like there was a lot that built up to that, but he was the thing that set it off. Maybe.
Yeah, and I think I mean I love dunking on Logan, but I think if it wasn't him, I think someone else would have done it. Like
Yeah,
it was a matter
it
of
would have
time.
happened.
So I don't know. It was just, but the fact that this one was mixed in with Logan's new repacking company, Rip It,
Mm.
and also that all the packs were basically ad time that
Yeah, it
was
was
being
way different
sold.
than the last one. I feel like.
It was really, I feel like the whole vibe was very, also all of the people that bought the packs, or at least the majority of them, were like gambling and crypto uh,
Mm.
companies. So the whole thing, instead of a celebration of a love for the hobby, like when I went to Collectopia 2 weeks ago, that was very much like we were celebrating Gary and Rusty and Zach, and we had like a beautiful museum, and that was like a true. That really felt like a true appreciation of the hobby. There were no mystery packs. There was no gambling. There's, you know, it was like it was family activities, and it was honoring Pokemon cards and the community. And then Sunday with this Logan Paul box break, it was like just super like
Business.
yeah, it was like, oh man, what are you doing to my baby? You know, like I don't feel like anyone in that room like was a true collector. Everyone in there was like licking their lips and rubbing their hands together with the profits. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. You know, I would have been a lot more receptive if someone else did this rather than it just being like exploited and molested with like crypto and gambling.
Yeah.
You know, if Pokemon's gonna blow up and there's gonna be a $16.5 million sale, I would have preferred if it was like done with some grace and respect.
Yeah. And maybe we'll see something like that from, I don't know. It's probably very unlikely because Pokemon hasn't done stuff like this before. But if they like sponsored somebody like Leonhardt or somebody that's a more collector type, like primary collector, not money, um, and like sponsored somebody to do that and like directed it or produced it, it would be a little bit better or cooler of an experience. People would enjoy. But I doubt, like I don't know if Pokemon would get that involved with it.
No, but just imagine Sunday, but it was run by Pat Flynn instead of Logan
Oh
Paul.
yeah, that's yeah, good point.
You know, that's kind of like where I landed on it.
Yeah, that would have been way better. That would have been a really cool event too. You would have done it up.
Yeah, totally, right? It would have been done
It'd have been a lot
with
easier to watch.
yeah, it would have been done with some respect. I'd probably I'm betting he probably wouldn't have taken his shirt off and flexed repeatedly until the
Dude, I
chat
was
hounded
hoping
him.
that Ken would have. Ken Golden. I was like, dude, take off your shirt. I would have laughed if Ken did it.
I will say, I hope Ken is okay after Sunday night. It
He looked
really
like he
looks
was
like
struggling.
he was being pushed to his limits.
He was like, man, we're going to be here forever.
He was, I don't know how old Ken is. He's like one of those guys that could be like 45 or 70. I really don't know, but keeping up with Logan was taking a toll on him.
Yeah, that's got. He looked like he's 60 years old. I just looked it up.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
actually what I was thinking in my head. Probably 60. Yeah, no, he
All
was.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should move on to the rest of the news, right?
Yeah, let's move on to this pinball machine you put in here. I've heard about this, but I didn't see it until you added this image. It looks sick. Whoops. Let me fix this. It's been a whole week since I've done this, so I forgot.
Wow, why has it been a whole week? Slacker.
Dude, this pinball machine looks sick.
Yeah, so this starts, there's 3 versions. I think there's standard, pro, and then there's like a limited one, and they go up in price, but you can get the standard. You can buy it for 7,000 USD.
The standard?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
pinball
I was
machines
hoping that
aren't
was the
cheap.
pro.
No, these I don't know, like I'm not like a pinball nerd or anything, but I love pinball machines.
Dude, who
Like
doesn't? Like
when I
pinball was
see
so
one,
awesome.
I play one. I'm a big fan. My favorite machines for anyone out there is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Iron Maiden. But this looks great. You know, it's like you can do
This
gym
looks so much
battles,
fun.
you can fight Giovanni, um, and that little Meowth or the like big Meowth in the middle. That's a balloon. That's like the rocket balloon.
Oh dang. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
cool. Dude, it's got everything. This is so I haven't played pinball in forever. Since I was a kid, probably at an arcade. But yeah,
Wow.
I heard some people talking about this and then I saw the pictures that you put in the document that we had I was like, dude, I want this so bad. But 7,000?
That's
Oh,
MSRP. I don't know what the situation's gonna be
they're gonna get
on like
scalped.
yeah, yeah. Um
Are you
yeah,
getting one?
I don't know if I'm gonna buy the Pokemon one, but this has sort of like I have an itch now to buy a pinball machine that I like. I would
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would probably pay 7,000 for the Iron Maiden one. I don't know what they go for, but that's my favorite machine and I love it.
Yeah, super cool. Um, it's cool that they're doing that.
Yeah, yeah, I was really excited. I was really excited to see that. We have a new Weedle that was revealed, which is obviously news. Ninja Spinner is a new set, and that's Weedle.
Yeah, Weedle by Sao Sao.
So what's going on in the background there?
I think this is the tower from ZA. Did you play ZA or no?
No.
I think this is like I forget what the tower is called, but I think this is the tower from the game.
Oh
I still haven't
man,
finished
okay.
ZA, but yeah.
So a lot of these newer sets are tied together really well
Yeah.
in theme. And so just seeing that Weedle, I'm guessing that a lot of the Pokemon are going to be illustrated on or around the tower.
Yeah, we've seen I think a couple arts with the tower in the background, not at night like this where it's glowing red, but I think
Okay.
we've seen it in the daytime in a couple arts. I think maybe Phantasmal Flames or Inferno X had an art. But yeah, you're right. Like a lot of the newer sets from Mega tie in with the game and the map. It's just buildings you see and that theme really well. It's cool to see.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, nice.
And the last thing we need to talk about is the Pokédean video this week.
Yeah, do you want to explain? So I didn't watch the video, but you said you did, right?
I
I
did
kind of
watch
know
the
what
video.
happened, but
Yeah, so Pokédean, he's a pretty big creator. I'm actually not super familiar with him. But I believe he works in tandem with Pokey Chloe.
yeah.
He went on vacation, and upon arriving home, he found that his apartment had been broken into, and his high-end collectibles were stolen. So it was a complete disaster. There's, his whole flat is upside down. Like there's stuff everywhere, but there's sealed like UPCs, ETBs, booster boxes on the floor. Like these thieves left 2 Nintendo Switches, a whole bunch of like film equipment and like computers behind. It was like it was extremely targeted, and they took. I think one of the things Pokédean mentioned was a complete PSA 10 poncho set was stolen. So all of his like high end stuff was stolen, and it was hard to watch. Um, if you have something like that, be careful, I guess. And a lot of the comments were pointing out, like, since it was targeted and it was while he was on vacation, this was obviously somebody somewhat close to him. This
Or
wasn't
somebody
a,
that's like a subscriber. If he, I don't know if he talked about it, like maybe in a video that he was leaving or a live, and then people knew he was not going to be there.
yeah, or maybe in the store, something like that.
Yeah.
Like at some point, he gave away the information that he wasn't going to be home, and someone who knew his address acted on that. So I guess this advice is really more for me than anyone else. I'm
Yeah.
speaking
So
to at the moment, but
I've heard of people like talk about like collectible insurance and like maybe not the security part of it as much, but like collectible insurance. So in case something does happen, you at least, have that protection there to get the value back. Um, and I've thought about it in the past, but I've never actually acted on it. But it made me rethink of it. I'm like, damn, should I get collectible insurance and insure my collection? Or should I take extra measures to make sure that nothing happens? Yeah, that sucks. I know that Pokémon was taught. A lot of YouTubers made content around it and just speaking about it and what their thoughts were. But some people like Pokémon like are just moving everything out of their house, and he's like renting a commercial property now to move like most of his inventory there. And normally he works out of his basement, so a lot of it's there. But he's like, I'm just going to move it to a commercial property now that'll be more protected than having somebody come into my home. Yeah, Pokemon's in a crazy spot.
yeah, this isn't the first. Like we're seeing like a string of this of
Yeah, the
these
thing in New York,
burglaries. The thing in New
right? The
York,
people got held at gunpoint. Yeah.
yeah, there's been lots and lots of stories popping up lately. And yeah, so I looked into collectibles insurance a while ago, and they told me, oh, you have to have your Pokemon cards appraised by like someone who knows Pokemon cards, and I was like, how do I get that job? Like, I was like, I don't know if I trust anyone in my city personally.
I don't know if that's maybe it's I don't know if that's a Canadian thing or that's specific to that company, but I've never heard that from somebody that has talked about collectibles insurance. They just say you
Mm.
have to have a good inventory of it.
No, they
And
told
like,
me I need to have a professional in here for appraisal.
that's interesting. So yeah, I've just heard like you can insure it for whatever amount you want. You're just going to pay more,
Mm,
like monthly or annually or whatever the fee is, however
I see. Yeah.
frequently it's charged. But maybe that just depends.
Yeah, maybe I'll call around some more. Like I mentioned before we started recording, obviously I'm not going to give away very much information, but I did start yesterday on acting on a proper security measure for my stuff. So I'm excited to
Home
see
Alone
that
booby
done.
traps.
Yeah, home alone booby traps. I am a little bummed because I'm not going to have like access to my cards at the ready or my nice stuff. Like right now, I have a nice display cabinet with my expensive cards, but that's um, in the next week or two, that's not going to be there anymore, and I'm going to have to like get up and go through some multiple steps to access my cards now, which would be a pain in the butt. But it's
Mhm.
the right thing to do. So I think if anyone out there has, you know, some expensive cards, you should really consider, even if you're not public facing like Pokédean, or if you're not a YouTuber, don't have socials or anything, it's probably a good thing to do. It's probably worth your time.
Yeah, I've even thought about it. My wife's talked about it too because it's pretty open here in Japan, and my kids like their friends come and go, and they look at my room and they're like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" And not saying they would do anything, but a lot of people know I have this like shelves of cards, and it's like the more people that know, the more risk I'm at. So we used to not lock our doors because we're just like it's pretty safe. But now we lock the doors and we have like stuff like set up to where it's more secure. But um, yeah, it's something that just makes you reflect on, because you're like, oh, it'll never happen to me, and then it happens to somebody that like that, and you're like, damn, it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, I also live in an area where we it's not necessary to lock our doors. Like I don't think I've ever had someone come up to my door who wasn't invited. It's like very quiet,
Mm,
small area, so that helps. But definitely, like, yeah,
yeah.
it's time to lock this stuff up.
Yeah. I think that's it
So
for the news.
we got
Is it?
questions.
Dude, we got so many questions. We
I don't know
have,
what got into you guys, but we got questions this week.
I was excited. I was like, I kept seeing another. I was like, usually we get like two or three, right? Sometimes I think there was an episode we didn't have any. But yeah, I just kept seeing the comments like people were just like so interested in the last episode or something. Yeah, like in the last episode made people want to ask questions. So I appreciate it. We're going to try and tackle these all right now. First question. We have Squidzilla Killa asks, what advice would you give for young collectors that are newer to collecting Pokemon cards? Are there things you wish your parents/guardians would have done differently when you were collecting at a young age? I think he goes on to say that he is just, or he or she is like a parent of some kids like that are into Pokemon, into the games, into the cards, but they like the person that wrote this, it wasn't into Pokemon as a kid, so they're trying to learn to help. I don't know, with their kids' collecting journey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll give my answer, but yours is probably going to be the one to listen to because you have kids. I don't have kids, but
I
I
mean that's like your. I thought you would be the one to answer. It's like your job, your YouTube channel is like for new collectors.
yeah, no, I can answer the first part. I can't really speak on um, having kids, but yeah, advice to new collectors would be I think the same thing I usually say. I think the most important thing is build a collecting identity. You know, choose what you want to collect. Don't just open packs and collect nice cards because you're just going to end up with a big mishmash. Some people, I got roasted in the comments when I said that last time. Some people want less money and they just want to rip booster packs. They just hate money and they just want a lot of bulk. So to those people, go ahead and do that. But I think it's really important to have a focus and have a goal in collecting. Otherwise, it's really easy to sort of just, I mean, and it's like anything else in life. You need to set a goal and focus and the results are always better if you do that. Um, when I was a kid, I was raised by a single parent and it was pretty hands off because like uh, we were definitely a handful, three boys. But
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I think it was one of my friend's dads telling me to take care of Pokemon cards. And that was my first time kind of like hearing that. And he said, take care of those because they're going to be worth a lot one day.
It's a
I
Gary
don't,
King Pokemon.
I don't remember who told me that, but like, thank you and holy. Um, but yeah, that actually, and because I grew up with like very low income, I was like, if these could be worth a lot, I better take care of them. Unfortunately, this was past um, the Latias Gold Star. That thing had already been played with on the dirt.
Damn.
But yeah, but yeah, after that, I did like start paying a little more attention. So I would say just the concept, and I think any kid into Pokemon now, just because of the way the hobby is, probably gets this concept unless they're super young. But yeah, just take care of them. Just take care of them because when we were kids, no sleeves, elastic band, pocket of our jeans. And that's how we transported Pokemon cards to and from school. Like we had no concept of value or collectibles. So I think as long as kids understand um, that near mint equals higher value, I think that's probably going to go a long way. I think a little bit goes a long way in that sense.
So yeah, I think I agree with most of what you said. So advice for young collectors that are newer to the yeah, I think curating a collection and like finding what you like is good if you can niche down. But as a kid, I think there's probably a moment or some time, even as a new collector, where it's like you don't know what you like, and to find that, you might need that exploratory phase where you're just buying everything. And maybe you don't have to buy everything, but like do research, look at everything, see what you maybe do like, buy some of those cards, and then find out like as you go through that initial phase of like what you want. Both my kids have started like not initially, but as they've been like opening packs and interacting with Pokemon through the video games and the TV show, have found like a species they like to collect. So my daughter collects Squirtle evolution line. She has a binder with Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise. And then my son, he collects Riolu and Lucario. Am I saying these names right? Last episode was rough for me. But yeah, so I think it's really cool because that's something I never did as a kid, is like picked a single Pokemon. I just was buying everything. And I mean, I didn't buy like a lot of stuff, but whatever I could get my hands on was like, cool, it's Pokemon, I like it. But then as I grew older and now more so even, I try to like niche down in my collection to a specific thing. But I think they're already probably on the right track, knowing like they're like the fact that they like watching the anime and you playing the games and like the cards, they like all aspects of Pokemon. I think the biggest tie to nostalgia for me is like the anime and the video games, and not the cards so much, even though that's how I enjoy Pokemon now, is like primarily the cards. But as a kid, it was the video games and the anime that really built that connection for me. There was a part I disagreed with. You said, oh, making sure. So the thing I do wish my parents did was kept my collection and maybe told me to take care of my cards. But I don't necessarily think kids should have to feel that or think about the value of the cards, because I see a lot of vendor POVs where the kids come up to the table and they're like my kid's age, like 7 years old, 8 years old. And they're like immediately to value. Or you see a kid open a pack on YouTube and he's like, oh, that card's not worth that much, or this card is worth it. And it's like, it's weird that the kids that's immediately what they think of. So for me, I kind of like, I want them to take care of their cards, and they say they need to, but I'm not like, oh, you have to keep it in the binder, you have to keep it in the sleeve. If they want to take it out and show their friends, I'm like, whatever. I will keep their cards because I think it'll be cool to have, like, for them to have them later on. Like, even if they want to sell them, like as they get like to their teenage years, I'm gonna be like, no, like I'll buy them from you, and then I'll give it back to them when they're an adult, because that's something I wish I had, was my childhood collection.
Yeah, well said. Well said. I think yeah, just I think being aware of the concept. But yeah, definitely like, and they're maybe some kids are like doing a trade up challenge and they're like kind of like hyper aware of values, which I think is fun. But yeah, it's definitely like, I'm also disheartened when I see kids focus on value more than the love of the hobby.
Yeah, it's weird that's where their brain's at like immediately now, and it's partly our fault for like looking at that now, I guess.
Well, because we all wish we knew when we were kids. Like we say that we're like, oh, this Robin, kids are ruined these days. But we go back and it's like, man, I wish I was buying up first edition Charizards.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next question. 1 down, 10 to go, I think. This one comes from Braden Groom. You're going to the Pokemon Olympics to compete in a team sport. Choose your party and event. Hockey, bobsledding, figure skating, etc. I don't know if I have a full team, but I know what sport I'm going to compete in, because I've always found this sport to be, it looks like it's a ton of fun. And whenever the Winter Olympics come on, and that's curling. I don't know what about curling
before.
I've never curled. It just looks like so much fun.
It's not.
Why not?
It's hard. Like, oh man,
it looks like a Canadian version of croquet, or I don't know. I don't know. It just, something about it is so unique, and like just throwing a stone across ice, and then the fast sweeping motion they do.
Hurry hard.
I think I would take maybe Mr. Mime, because he sweeps in the anime. So I think he'd probably be good at that sweeping thing.
Okay, I don't want to dog on curling too hard, but I curled in high school. Yeah.
Oh, it's a high school thing.
Yeah,
it's a sport in high school.
I hated it.
What about it do you hate?
It just, I just didn't like it.
You just weren't good at it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, just didn't like that as a sport. My choice, I think, would be Olympic weightlifting, and my team would probably be like Machamp, Buzzwole.
Oh,
What are some other jacked Pokemon?
Machoke, Machamp.
I thought Machoke too. Well, because Machamp is Machamp, and Machoke is one who's like always doing the poses. So maybe
Yeah.
Machoke, Machamp, Buzzwole. Um,
I don't know,
I don't
Ursaring,
know.
like a bear. A bear's pretty strong, right?
Yeah,
They don't have
yeah,
thumbs though. I don't know how they would grab the bar.
yeah. I don't know. Some another strong Pokemon. I'm sure I've
Infernape. Apes are strong. It doesn't look
Infernape.
strong, but apes are strong.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fun fact: I don't have a lot of fears, but uh, primates is one of them. Terrify me.
That's
Those things
interesting.
are
I didn't know that.
so strong.
Yeah, I'd be scared if I was in a cage with one. But
Oh,
looking at it from behind,
I don't
I'm
want to
like,
be
okay,
near
it's cool.
one. I like from a distance, and unless it's an orangutan, then way distance.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even want to see it.
We went to the zoo a couple months back, and there was a cage with like, it was a big cage for like the monkeys or whatever they were, and one like was pissing on some guy that was like close to the cage. He like went up to the cage, climbed up, and just like started pissing on him. And the guy's like, oh, it was like all over his shirt. It smelled so bad. It was one of the worst smells I've ever like smelled. It
Oh
was just, it had such
man.
a pungent like must to it. What were you saying?
I think my last pick would be Tyranitar. He's pretty
Oh,
strong.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Good question. I like that one. It's fun. All right, next question is by Young Thai PC. Said, if you could pick any pack in existence and any card within that set, what would be your personal number one pool of all time? Said his would be the Gold Star Pikachu from Holon Phantoms.
This one's tough. I think also Tyranitar. There was I went to very small elementary school. Like they're like I remember when we celebrated 200 students across grades 1 through 7, and somebody had a shining Tyranitar at my school, and it was the only shining card anyone had ever seen, and so it has kind of like legendary status for me. And I've never owned that card. To pull it would be
Ooh.
incredible.
The Shining cards are, yeah, they're cool. The Mewtwo, I like that Mewtwo. I think for me, it would probably also be a Gold Star. The Gold Star Rayquaza from EX Deoxys. I think it's DX Deoxys. I think that would be such a crazy hit to like, especially nowadays, pulling that. It would
Yeah,
just be, it'd be nutty.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever own that. I have a couple of Gold Stars now, but I'm not sure if I'll ever own the Rayquaza. It's
Me
a
neither.
big card. All right. Next question by Blackwire TCG. Shout out to Brandon. Said, my philosophical question: what do you think about the Japanese God Pack / boxes, starter deck 100 boxes being weighable? Have you felt impacts on that? Don't know how philosophical that is, but maybe he has an answer that's more philosophical.
Yeah, I'd like to hear their answer. For me, I don't really care. Um, I wish, they would do something about weighing products. It's a bummer, but it's been around for a while. I'm kind of like numb to it now.
Didn't they do something in English with code cards though, where like the code cards were like made the difference to where it couldn't be? And then
Yep.
did they get rid of them?
No, we still have code cards. They stopped doing the color coded code cards.
But
You
they're still
used
not
to
weighable, right? In
yeah, well,
English?
booster packs, I think like we have a guaranteed hollow and reverse hollow now. So
Hmm.
every pack has 2 hollow
Okay.
cards.
Okay.
So I think that's what kind of like fixed it. Because before, the difference in weighing came from +1 or -1 hollow card in the pack. Now they all
Hmm.
have the same amount of hollow cards.
Yeah. They got to do something. Japanese, it's like very much a problem with Japanese, like searchable packs, weighable packs. Um, it seems like an easy fix, and they do it already, like with English. Sounds like so. Like, well, I don't know why they don't. I think maybe he's getting out with the question like how rare some of the hits are. The starter deck 100 being like 100 different decks. I think it's 101 or two maybe. There's like a couple secret decks. Um, but the like some of those hits that are in those decks are only in one out of that 100 those 100 deck options that you can hit. And like the Pikachu, I think I don't know what it went for, but you know the Pikachu in the forest card.
I think I saw it for 900
Yeah, like raw, right? Or was it? It had to be raw.
raw.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, oh, it's weird. Yeah, that they put it in a start deck 100. I guess at least for the Japanese, and that's the only way you can get it. I think a lot of those cards are going to be in Ascended Heroes or are in Ascended Heroes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's good for the English collectors. That's cool that they can get them that way. Um, but yeah, I opened 5 of the start deck 100 boxes, and I should have not opened them. I won't buy them like online now because the chance that they're weight is probably very high, especially with how expensive these cards are. I think the gold Charizard Y, Mega Charizard Y, is one of the only. I think it's the first deck out of the 100 is the only way you can get it. And that's it's like a crazy expensive card, super hard to hit. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's an interesting choice by Pokemon.
I wonder if one of the reasons for that is that it's to deter us from buying on the secondary market. Because like start deck 100, I'm not gonna buy that unless I find it retail. And like I'm not buying loose Japanese packs on eBay. No way.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So that forces me to go to official retailers.
Yeah,
So I don't
that's a
know
good
if that
point.
benefits them or what, but I'm just kind of like numb to it now.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Maybe that's the reason they do that. It's working because I haven't bought any 100 deck start deck 100 boxes on the secondary market because of that. So
Yeah, and if I'm at like a card show and I see someone has like an open booster box of Japanese, I just walk right by it. I
yeah,
never consider, like, it's just not on my radar anymore.
yeah, for sure. All right, next question from 779 Jake said, similar to my last question, tag teams are another card type that's been discontinued. Do you guys like tag teams? And if they came back, which Pokemon would you like to see get a new card? I think I paraphrased a bit. He's the one that asked the light and dark Pokemon
Oh yeah.
question last week. So
there is some theories that tag team is coming back. I've heard
I hope
some stuff rumbling around, some people speculating about it.
that's probably one of my like favorite gimmicks that they did, I think, for cards.
Yeah, TCG players don't like it, but collectors love it.
Yeah, it's just more Pokemon in the card is it's like sick.
Yeah, Pokemon Company is like, well, if we put more Pokemon on the card, it has to be as powerful as 2 Pokemon. Otherwise, how do we do it? It's just got to be this crazy OP card. I'd like to see. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Weedle and Caterpie would be so cool.
That's a good one. That'd be really cool because they're like the same almost, but different. Same, but different. Yeah, that would be a cool one. I think I like the pair ups where it's like Eevee and Snorlax or Magikarp and Wailord. Like there's like this giant Pokemon and then this opposite Pokemon that's very tiny, or like the Eevee's very cute and then the Snorlax is like this big fat Pokemon. So anything like maybe not those exact Pokemon, but pairings like that, like a Weedle and a Charizard, like Pokemon that would never. Oh yeah, Pokemon that would never hang out together. Maybe like put them together in a scene.
Yeah, because we see like the legendary birds or like Dialga and Palkia often. Like, okay, Pokemon that pair up, yeah, we get it. But what about Pokemon that don't pair up? Or it'd be cool to get some. Do we have any tag teams that have like opposing types, like some fire water tag teams?
There's gotta be. I don't know.
That'd be
Somebody
cool.
can let us know in the comment. Yeah, there's got to be some though, at least one. Yeah, I think I've kind of like speculated that maybe not a tag team card, but I think the Mega Raichu X and Y, I think they'll put that in an art together. Similar how they did the 151 Zapdos. I said it right that time, Zapdos. They did where it was just the Zapdos EX, but the Articuno and Moltres were in the background. I think that they might do like for the Mega Raichu X and Y, they might do like a Mega Raichu Y and the X will be in the background, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Not a tag team, I guess, but yeah. There's so many different Pokemon you could put in to like combinations you could make.
Yeah, it's actually a big
Ooh,
question.
Meowth and Goldango. Like Meowth because of the payday and the gold coins, but then Goldango is made of gold coins. That'd be
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. I like that. Or like Miltank and Goldango.
No connect, yeah, because milk and gold coins go
No,
great together.
because milk and cheese string.
Oh, okay. The cheese, yeah, the cheese string guy. Yeah, there's so many cool combinations you could come up with.
I'm trying to.
Or
I
like
just can't think of any off the top of my head for some reason.
a Lugia and a
Bernie Sanders.
Jigglypuff, like a Jigglypuff riding a Lugia.
Oh yeah, that seems
Or
like something
a
they would do.
Jigglypuff riding a Rayquaza, a Mega Rayquaza.
That seems like something they would do.
That'd be sick. Did you say Bernie Sanders in a tag team?
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders tag team card?
Yeah.
Oh man, break the hobby.
Bernie Sanders and Bulbasaur teaming up.
That's wild. All right, ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is from Beowulf Live. Have either of you collected any kind of vintage Pokemon displays over the years, specifically original store displays, posters, even VHS tapes?
So I have some I have some like vintage Pokemon stuff. Nothing special though. Like I do have a few VHSs. I have some old like poker cards. Um not not the ones that float around eBay, some like weird ones. But no post. Do I have a poster? I don't think I really have anything that's like worth sharing, but I do have just some kind of like vintage Pokemon stuff that's like turned up over the years that my mom's been like, "Oh, I found this and it's Pokemon." I do have a blanket. Yeah, like
Oh, nice.
old Pokemon blanket that's really cool. But yeah,
Hang that on the wall.
I have seen, I don't know if you've seen it lately, but Pokemon for like play events, they have these big lenticular cards.
Oh yeah, those things are sick.
I saw
I saw Rob Burns had one.
Really?
Yeah.
I
The
saw
Charizard?
I saw the Charizard, but they also had a Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur one. And I asked him, I was like, would you consider selling that to me? Just at this little shop I stopped in at. And they said, oh, it's legally, we're not supposed to sell them. And I was like, is there a price you would sell them to me for? And she said no. And I was like, okay. I didn't want to pry, but I was like,
Just be like, well, don't sell it to me. Just give it to me, and I'll
yeah.
and I'll buy something from your store.
Yeah. In the back of my mind, I was like, offer her $1,000, but I was like, no, that's dumb. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I wanted it, man.
Dude, those things look so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know those existed until I saw that one that Rob had, and it's the Charizard, Mega Charizard X EX, just the regular EX card, but it's like lenticular. It's like a big poster stored. It's like, oh, that's such a cool thing to have and like hang on the wall. This might be the only thing. It's like one you've probably seen this, the vending machine inserts.
Oh, you have one of those? Dang.
So I have it. It goes with like this slide up. These are the cards that I was just showing earlier, the white box, but this is the Gachapon like insert. And yeah, I found one on Mercari. I could see a reflection in there. Yeah, wow, so it's probably the closest thing I have to like merch. I've seen some like summer, they have like a lot of posters here in Japan for like summer safety, and it's like Pikachu wearing like a life vest at the beach or on a boat. And I've tried to get those, but I always, I don't know, miss it, or like I don't want to ask as soon as I see them put it up, and then I forget about it. So, and then it's gone.
It's a tough thing to ask for because it's like just so much runs through my mind. I'm like, hey, I'm probably not the first person to ask. They're gonna roll, like I don't know. It's like I have so much. I always think twice before bugging someone in retail because I just know it's tough, and it's like I don't want to be that guy.
Like the 30th person that asked for that lenticular Bulbasaur card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to do that sometimes. Cool question. I like that kind of stuff. Next, we have the Nibs Boy. I've just started collecting again after more than 15 years away. What are your favorite resources to help identify all card variations, stamps, editions, etc., of a particular Pokemon? And think, yeah, there's a second part. It says, for example, I'm currently only collecting Mawile and I'm wanting to do a complete species set in a few different languages. I'm learning a lot as I go, but man, there is a ton of scattered information out there and no single resource ever seems to be complete.
Yeah,
So I
so
guess
a
best
resource
resources.
for species collecting. I will say right off the bat, we have two pretty serious Mawile collectors in the Signal Carbine Discord server. So if you wanted to join and connect with them, that could be a benefit to you. There's also, I think that honestly, when you're species collecting, or I'd say the first step to take is find someone else who's also collecting that Pokemon and hope that they've done the work already. I mean, that's kind of a
That's what I was gonna say too, because I did
yeah.
that today. I asked somebody, it was One Piece related for vintage One Piece, and I was like, I can't find any set list for these. They're the white box. They have like these for One Piece. And so I was like, where are the set lists for these? I can't find anything. And I knew somebody that collected these boxes. So I messaged that person and they sent me some French website. And they're like, this is the only website that has these set lists. It's in French. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, but it is the best resource is finding people with similar interests that have been in the hobby for a while because they've done all the legwork for you usually. If they're like more serious about like usually species collectors are, especially with variations are hard though. Um,
Variations are hard. Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, okay, well, there's resources like Bulbapedia, is usually a pretty good starting point. Bulbapedia is really good at like having a little bit of everything, but it's not very good at having like the niche cases. E4 is really
yeah,
good if someone's done the
E4.
legwork for you. Um, Apps are good. I like to use Dex. Dex has like a Pokedex option, so you can
Hmm.
go through and find that Pokemon. So here, I'll quickly do an example for you. I'm gonna search Ho-Oh, and it's pretty darn good. Dex is pretty good with variations too, I find. Like, so let's see if do you think they have the Skyridge box topper?
Mm, no,
No, you don't think so? I don't
I don't
know.
know.
So I'm gonna try. Um, oh, look at yeah, they got the
Oh,
jumbo variant.
they do. I've never used Dex. I have no idea. That sounds like a really good resource.
It's pretty good with variants.
Is it just
So
English mostly?
nope, no, it's English, Japanese, and simplified Chinese.
Oh wow, that's good.
So let me find, yeah, when you find a card, there's like you can tap here for variants and it'll give you a list. So there's a holo and there's a jumbo for this, but you'll also find like stamps and different holo patterns. It's pretty good
Mhm.
at having. I do occasionally find something that it's missing. Oh, I wonder if it has, are you familiar with this? Hello?
No.
This guy has a whole bunch of prints, so I'm curious. Okay, okay, I think it's got them all. It's got the normal variant. It has the expansion stamp, so it would say Unseen Forces on it. It has the Cosmos Hollow. It says uh, Golden Sky theme deck, and then it's got the Pokemon Day stamp that was exclusive to Italy. So that's a banger. That was a good
That's a really
example.
good resource then.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, occasionally I come by a variant that Dex doesn't have, but I would say most of it is probably on Dex. That's kind of my go-to for that kind of thing.
That's really good. I didn't know about that. I've never used I've heard of Dex, but I've never actually used it myself.
It's worth trying.
Um yeah, I'll give it a look. Next we have a question from Son of a Merc. And before we answer this question, I just wanted to share something that Merc sent me today. I got it yesterday, but I opened it today. He's started this quote unquote grading company that
Oh no.
doesn't grade they don't grade. He's not grading by like a number. It's like a 3 rows grading I guess system where it grade centering, surface, and edges. Edges includes like the corners and stuff for whitening. And 3 roses is the top, but it's called mag grading. I think it's Merck's aesthetic grading, he calls it. And it's just based on if the card looks good or not. And he's not taking any submissions. This is more like a passion project thing that he's doing. And it's kind of like it comes with letter, but the idea behind it is like mag, you can't submit to mag, but mag can like, you don't choose
Submit
mag
to
chooses you. Yeah.
funny.
So like he just sends like cards out to like people in the hobby that he like is friends with or that he likes, and like it just is like a surprise. You just get it one day, just shows up to your doorstep. So he sent a few of them out to me and Split. What is his name? Paul. I forget his YouTube name. Split Earth Bazaar. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So I think it's just really cool and I like how he did the label at the bottom. And the roses is really cool. But yeah,
I love the concept that you can't submit.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it's really cool. It's like just makes it like, I don't know, elusive. But he asked if you could create your own Pokemon, what would it be? Typing as well. This is the most difficult question, I think.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a cat Pokemon.
Ooh, cat type.
I don't think we have like
not type.
No. Species?
Okay.
I think I want a cat Pokemon with 2 regional variants so I can have all 3 of my cats as Pokemon. And I would probably make Tofu dark type. I've got like an evolutions thing going on here.
Okay. Nice. So, we need more of that kind of Pokemon where you can have like 7 evolutions or 8 evolutions.
Yeah, we actually do, hey. Yeah, so I would go Tofu as a dark type cat, and then Miso would probably, I guess she would be like fire type. And then Mo, I don't know what Pokemon stinks the most.
Garbodor. Just
she's a stinky cat, man.
That's funny. Stinky type.
Yeah, stinky type. Yeah, new type.
That's a good one. I would do like for typing like aliens or like space type. I think we have some like space Pokemon like Deoxys or are Ultra Beast aliens?
Yeah.
Oh. Are they like from a different dimension?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but better. Hopefully better than Ultra Beast.
Better than Buzzwole?
Yeah, I want an alien type Pokemon that probes its foes.
That's basically Buzzwole, but okay.
Oh, it is, right? Yeah, I think like if they did a better version of like some 6 space Pokemon where like Deoxys and even what's that Orbeetle where it's like a UFO.
Oh yeah.
But they need to like go harder into the space type. I know it's not a type, a real type, but if they made a space type, that would be sick.
Is Rayquaza associated with space?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Or just sky? Rayquaza, calm down, relax. I said Rayquaza.
It's Rayquaza. I don't care. I don't care what people say.
I'm coming around to Rayquaza. Actually, I've heard it a lot lately, and it's starting to normalize itself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever will for me.
Rayquaza.
It's like
Rayquaza.
I can't say Raikou. I have to say Raikou.
Is Raikou the correct pronunciation?
I think that's how it's pronounced.
Actually, I'm not. Who am I asking? I'm not asking you. Zapdos, man. Zapdos. Dweeble and Zapdos.
Like shoes in Spanish. Zapatos. Oh man. Okay, moving on. Great question, Merc. Platypus. She said, if you had to erase one WotC set from history, which would it be and why? I'd erase base set, and I'd save a lot of money because Pokemon wouldn't be a thing.
Okay, I'm gonna eliminate base set 2 from this question.
Ooh, that's a good one
because that's the obvious one. The only thing base set 2 has going for it is Cosmos Holo on base cards, which is cool, but I think it's
They
too
should have
obvious.
just did that as the change and no take away the 2 because I hate seeing that 2 on a card.
I know, and so many people are like, "What's my Blastoise worth? It's second edition." I'm like, "No, it's not."
Second edition. That's the first time I've heard that.
Really?
It's like
Really?
4th edition.
No, man, I hear
Was
that a
it
lot.
first ed, Shadowless, Unlimited, and then second, right? So it's like 4th edition.
It's not their fault because it's on the lower
Yeah.
outside corner of the illustration box, and it's a 2. It's
Yeah. Here, I actually have an English card.
okay.
I picked up
Actually,
some here, I picked up some of these. I picked up a lot. This was on Mercari in Japan. Somebody was selling a lot
oh,
of
I love the red on that. Holy.
yeah, they were selling there's a couple Shadowless cards. There's a Dratini, Charmeleon, and then the rest are base set too. Squirtle, Kadabra, Poliwhirl, Pharaoh. Um, it was a good price, so I was like, cool, I'll just pick them up.
I don't know. I'm kind of split. I'm thinking jungle because that's probably like that would do the least damage. Jungle's a pretty affordable and like, I mean, we would lose uh the evolutions and
I was saying
Snorlax.
immediately what I thought of was the evolutions.
Other than that, maybe like Skyridge, just to just blow it up.
Chaos.
Yeah, just delete that. It's too
Damn.
underprinted. You know, that's kind of like I don't want to call back too far, but with like the hobby hitting a point of no return, it's like Skyridge, for example. Like you have to start to live with the fact that you will never complete that set. I would much rather the cards be worth less and have them be attainable. Because I know I'm never in my life completing a Skyridge master set, and that's a huge bummer.
I
So
wonder what the
just delete
PSA
it.
ones are of the crystal cards. They're probably still super expensive.
They're not bad in like if you get like a PSA 5 or a PSA 6, they're kind of affordable. But still, like
That'd be
what
the way
kind
to
of
go is like get those cards and crack them out, put them in a binder.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. I don't mind damaged cards, honestly, if they're that hard to get, they're that scarce.
sure. I just
Yeah.
I always go for like the best condition that I can reasonably
Smart. I'm not that smart.
reasonably justify. But yeah, I might just delete Skyridge because may print
Damn.
more or print none.
Yeah. Interesting question, Platty. Next we have B Vermin. If the two of you could trade one of your own cards with one of the other person, which card would it be?
Are we doing a trade?
Yeah, let me get that Zard, that Shadowless Zard, and I will give you
You like non-TCG stuff, right?
Yeah, I do.
Let me see what I have. I mean, I have some tops on. I have some like tops.
Here, I'll trade you this Ho-Oh.
I want that actually. Let's see. Well, I mean, you don't want my Bernie Sanders, do you?
No, I actually do. That would be sick. I would trade you for the Ho-Oh.
I have this One Piece card. I don't know anything about it. But it's freaking nice. One Piece cards are nice.
They are.
What is this? Who is this?
Rob Lucci. That's a good arc. The CP's arc. Yeah, Rob Lucci. He turns into like a leopard.
Okay.
I think his whole team, like if I remember right, it's been so long since I watched that. Him and like his like teammates. There's one that turns into a giraffe. One turns into a gorilla. But the giraffe is really cool. I forget what his name is.
Oh. No,
It's the
I don't think
CP arc. I think it's called.
I haven't seen those. I haven't gotten there yet, but I have seen a clip, I think. I remember seeing a clip of I think the giraffe and thinking like
What is this?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It gets even
I think it's like
weirder.
episode 600 maybe.
Can I retire off
if I'm
this?
remembering.
Is this a nice card?
No, unfortunately.
It
It's
is
not a
a
waifu.
nice
It's not
card
a
though.
Gear
Like,
5 Luffy.
dude, it's got It's really nice. Like One Piece is nice.
I love the texturing and like how what they do with the treatments on the card.
Do you like
This
Yu Yu Hakusho?
nope, I don't know anything about it.
Dang, how about My Hero?
I started and I couldn't get into it.
All right, picky.
I'm
See
not
what
an
else we
anime.
have.
Like I like my anime is very limited. Like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Pokemon, if you want to call that an anime.
You
Um,
are an anime person.
I'm
You
super.
just don't know it. You just haven't found it. How about this this
I like Attack on Titan.
random waifu card I have?
They got bunny ears.
Uh
No, draw some bunny ears on there, and you got a deal.
Dang. I'm surprised I don't have like I don't think I have a Bunny Balma, but I've got a decent Dragon Ball collection somewhere.
Yeah. That's a cool question. We should do a trade though. I don't know what we should trade, but we should do a trade.
I've got a lot of, I don't know if you're into this, but I've got quite a few doubles of like old Digimon animated series, and they even have their version of the first edition stamp
Ooh,
on them.
that's cool. Greymon. That's the only one I remember. Angelmon. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. I forget the others' names.
Um
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pulling a blank.
Digimon Digital Monsters.
I know this guy's name. I just can't think of it right now.
Greymon?
I know Greymon. Uh, the the walrus guy is Ikakumon, I think. And then I know
I don't know if you could say that on live television.
what is the wolf's name? I forget
That's what I'm
right
trying
now.
to think.
I know it, dude. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Wolfmon.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
I've got a bunch. I've even have some of the like these Digimon cards too.
Garurumon.
Yes, Garurumon, that's it.
Oh, that's cool. That I had that card. That's super nostalgic.
I have a whole. Do you want to see my Digimon binder real quick?
No.
Okay.
Togemon is the cactus. Togemon.
Yeah, there
I
we
was just
go.
kidding if you want to show it.
I'll show it real quick.
Okay. We have one more question and then a comment I just wanted to highlight. Ooh.
I've got like a whole bunch
Damn.
of these. I'm missing only a couple. And then a couple more.
Those all first edition? Or?
Pretty much. I even have some where the stamp it only got kind of like half stamped.
Oh, sick.
Pretty cool era. I've like never seen one.
When did you pick these up? How long have you had these?
Years. And then I've got like all of these guys.
Dude, you're gonna be a millionaire when Digimon becomes as popular as Pokemon. Damn, I didn't know I didn't remember they had that many cards. Is this all one set?
Kind of. So that's kind of like so first thing you saw in there was like the starter deck.
Okay.
And then after that, they kind of have like different generations, I guess. If you get into vintage Digimon, the good stuff is like the stuff that was like underprinted when like Digimon was dying. There isn't very much of it.
Like the Sky Ridge or whatever. Or
Basically,
I guess
Sky
it's more
Ridge.
Diamond and Pearl. Like that's era 2. I
Sure,
think. No,
yeah.
Diamond and Pearl there was a lot, right?
Not for
I can't remember.
Not for English.
Okay. Maybe, yeah, I'm getting it confused, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right. Last question from DC from the V. So do you guys plan to have guests on the show in the future? If so, who would a few creators / people you would want to have on and why? Would be
basically anyone.
I don't know about anyone. Gotta have some, so we gotta have standards. This is a very exclusive show.
Okay.
Any content creator, you mean, or what?
Yeah, I don't mean like literally anybody. I'm not really opposed to
You know who I
And
want on that's not a content creator? I want Platty to come on.
that'd be fun. If what if like once a month we brought on like a viewer?
That'd be fun. I don't know if anybody would do it, but that'd be fun.
I haven't seen other podcasts do that, and I wonder if there's a reason.
Ooh. They're not as smart as us. That's why. That's the reason.
Yeah, that'd be fun though.
Yeah, or at least for like a segment, like do like like viewer collection video, or they submit like
Ooh,
a 30-second video where they're like, hey, this is my pickup, my weekly pickup, or this is my binder.
should we do that? Like viewer submissions?
I'm down if you are.
Yeah.
Video submission, like people showing, they don't have to show their face. They just say like show what they want to show off in the collection, and then we could like throw it in the segment or the episode somewhere.
Because I do my other podcast, and then I've in the past I did like a fitness podcast, which I don't think is public anywhere. So don't go try and dig that up. I don't
Ooh,
think you can. But
damn.
there are situations where you get a guest and they seem completely normal in DMs, but once you get them on camera, some people just don't. I don't know.
I get that. I feel
It's
like I'm weird on camera, so
it's not like they're like bad people or anything like that, but
yeah.
sometimes it's like the conversation just clashes, or some people are just like way more comfortable bringing up like controversial subjects or something, and it's
Mm.
just like you kind of hit this point early in the episode where you're like, well, I'm not going to air this. It's like,
That's a bad. You just got to carry it out the rest of the way.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
And then
man,
it's like, what do I do? Sorry, man, the audio file is just corrupt.
I think we should get viewers to speaking of fitness, send us their muscle pics, not collection related at all.
Your buzzwole poses.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a cool. I don't know content creator wise, who I would really want on. I don't know if I've thought about it. We've thought about bringing people on. I brought Dark Ibex on when you were on your honeymoon. Yeah, I mean, if the opportunity comes up, and maybe we'll get there where
I'm
we
basically
have
open
somebody.
to any other content creator coming on,
Yeah,
Like I mean there's some content creators I'm not like really fond of, I would say, but I'm still not opposed to having them on. Like I'm not an evil person. I don't like hate anyone, I'm still willing to chat with anybody, so.
yeah. Logan Paul.
I mean that's almost worth it for the views.
I would love to have him on. I don't know how the episode would go, but I think it'd be interesting to talk to him.
He'd take his shirt off for sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, dude. He's got a nice body. I'm not gonna even deny it.
Okay.
No response. Just quiet silence. All right, last one. This is not even a question. I just thought it was a nice comment. This is from LGC underscore OPC 959. This might be a bot. This might just be a really nice bot. It said, "You guys are so chill and informative. I watched this after watching Card Lounge, and it's like going from a Red Bull to an Earl Grey tea. Meant in a positive way. Thanks, boys." I just thought it was
That
a
is a
fun.
nice bot. Thank you.
Yeah, very kind.
That's very nice. That is our vibe.
Yeah, I think so. We're definitely not twice big Jake and Robo Skills.
I have listened to Card Lounge, and it's like, it's good for sure. They're good, but they're almost
Yeah.
like too good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels almost like it's it feels almost like man, I don't.
Orchestrated.
Yeah, maybe like fabricated. Like
Okay.
I'm trying to find a word that doesn't like diss them, because I don't like, I think it's a good podcast. But
I like it.
I do feel like we have a certain air of authenticity, just being a couple of idiots. And those guys are like, they speak very well, and they very, very smoothly transition topics and stuff. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
they do. They're really good at
yeah, they're really good.
but yeah. I like the podcast. I think I haven't watched it recently, but I think they're the most popular podcast for Pokemon related content. Honestly, I think they're above 10,000 subs on that channel.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, that was all 100 questions from that. It was wild. That was like a lot of questions to go through.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for watching episode 20 of the Weekly Weedle.
Woohoo!
Yeah, 20 episodes. That's 20 weeks in a row. So do with that information what you will. What's your name there, by the way?
Oh, it is. This is the first time you've asked me about my name in any episode. In 20 episodes, we never mention it. I don't think. It says PP Daisuke. PP Daisuke means I like or I love. PP, it's play on words because PP is Clefairy in Japanese, but it sounds like it doesn't. It sounds like it means something else.
Oh.
No, you don't.
I know
get
Cleffa is P, right? P evolves into PP.
And Clefairy is PP, but it's saying I
What's
like PP.
Clefable?
PP. I don't know. I think it's Peepone or Peepone. I don't have a Clefable card around.
I could see it being Peepone, but I feel like Japanese usually sometimes their naming schemes are just so like on the nose, like Super Saiyan and then Super Saiyan 2 and then Super Saiyan 3. I remember being a kid and being like,
yeah, it's not very great. Pikushi, like Pixie, Pikushi.
Okay, so Kushi.
Yeah. But yeah, it was my attempt at comedy right here. PP Daisuke.
Daisuke. PP. Daisuke.
Yeah.
All right, we're cooked.
I'm so tired. It's 1 a.m. right now. It's 1 a.m.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right, peace.